It's me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, first thing I wanted to do is tell you, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to someone else who may like it as well. Secondly, I wanted to tell you about what I got in the mail the other day. This woman emailed me a couple months ago and told me that she was learning how to do candle magic and Wicca, and she bought a herb sample package with all the herbs that we need for magic. Well, not all of them, but many of the herbs we use for magic, for candle magic and potions and things like that. So she got busy and she couldn't continue doing the classes or the learning or whatever it was that she was doing. So she asked me if I wanted the herbs that she bought. And of course I did, because I use them all the time. So I told her to mail them to me, and she did. So check it out. I got a big bag. Look at that bag of all the kinds of different herbs, and they're all individually packaged. And she was so kind as to write a list of which ones are in there. And so I got this bag the other day because I had it mailed to my brother's house, since I knew I would be up that way. So I had it mailed to my brother and he brought it to me. And it is massive. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for this massive bag of herbs and seeds and all kind of stuff that is going to go to very good use. I can't wait until the full moon. All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys about something that came across me the other day. I got a message from a woman, and she told me that she's married to an Aquarius man, and she is a Libra. She told me that the two of them have a good relationship. They talk a lot, they laugh, they joke, they hardly ever argue. She says it's really effortless to be around him, and they get along really well. But she has one big issue with him, and she doesn't know how to address it, and she hasn't spoken to him about it yet. The issue is that her husband is a workaholic. And she asked me, why are Aquarius workaholics, and what can she do about this? It is true that Aquarius are workaholics. Some of us, anyway, I'm not going to say all of us, because some Aquarius can't hold a job long enough to be a workaholic. But then some of us work constantly. You guys might not know this about me, but I work all day. I get up at 4 a.m. and I teach 4 hours of English classes. Then I do a couple hours of readings, and then I do my YouTube videos every day. On the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I do not do readings, but I do videos all those days, and I do my English class Friday morning. So many of us have multiple jobs. Many of us are workaholics. Many of us love to work. And some of us is different reasons. So I'm going to tell you some of the reasons why. She wants to know why are Aquarius workaholics. First of all, because a lot of us work in our causes. A lot of us, our job, like me with, asking Aquarius, or me with doing readings, is something that's near and dear to our heart. It's not just something that we do. We're not just like, a day laborer or something like that, just working to make an honest dollar. Most of us, it's some kind of cause. It's some kind of thing we believe in, It could be therapy sometimes, teaching, or social work. A lot of Aquarius work in areas that they believe in. So our causes do take precedence. Aquarius and their cause. Aquarius are humanitarians in our best form. We love people. Don't always want to be around them, but we love them. So in our best form, we usually are working on one of our causes. So it's not just a job to him. It's not just a job to her, It really means something emotionally. So you do have a lot of Aquarius who fall into that because of that. Likewise, some Aquarius are trying to escape. I know whenever something used to go wrong that I didn't want to deal with, I worked overtime because it was a way to escape from your life. If you're working, you don't have to think about your life. You got to think about other people's lives in most cases. So some Aquarius are workaholics because they want to escape emotional situations that are happening in their lives, such as not getting enough love at home, not being in a good relationship, having problems with their kids or their parents. So some Aquarius, that's their way of escaping all of the things that's happening that they don't want to emotionally deal with. Another reason is repression. Sometimes Aquarius are repressing or suppressing emotions, such as they just had a breakup and they really don't want to deal with the hurt from the breakup. So they figure, I'll throw myself into work. At least it's something productive. So a lot of Aquarius do that as well. More, in my opinion, a form of escapism, but just because of a different cause. Likewise, a lot of us like money. I love money. I mean, I'm not a greedy person. I'm not a stingy person, but I love having enough money to eat every day. I love having enough money to do things I want to do. I love not having to ask anybody for anything. People give me donations all the time. People give me all kinds of gifts and things, as you can see with this beautiful bag of herbs I got. And I accept them graciously, gratefully. But I love having my own money. I love being able to spend my own money and go where I want and not have to worry about not having enough. I grew up with not enough. And I don't like that. At this point in my life, I do not like that. I grew up, my mother worked her ass off, but she didn't always have enough. She was a barmaid when I was really young. So money was really tight. Then she got a job and she became a police officer. Money got better, a lot better. But by then I was like 11 or 12. So the struggle had been real for like over a decade. I mean, standing in line getting that free cheese and butter. I remember those days. Them grilled cheese sandwiches was the truth, I tell you that much. But we didn't always have enough. And my mother was a Capricorn, so she was very good with her money. And she made sure she was on top of every dime. And to me, it made her kind of obsessive about money. But she did the best that she could with it. And she sent us to Catholic school. We never went to bed hungry. And we always looked clean and fresh. So I give my mother that. With the little bit that she had, she made it work. But I, at this point in my life, do not want to ever be in a space where I don't have enough. So I do work hard and I do work a lot. So that's why a lot of Aquarius who are workaholics. Is one of these reasons, or maybe even a combination of these reasons. I'm not sure with this particular husband which one it is, but that's the first thing you have to do to fix this. You have to find out why. Is he escaping? Is it because it's one of his causes? Is he suppressing emotions he doesn't want to deal with? Is he afraid of being broke? What is the reason? Once you find out what the reason is, you have to tackle the reason. So let's say, for example, he works so much because he doesn't want to be broke. That's something you guys need to talk about. You need to make a plan, a budget. Well, I don't want you to work so hard. I want us to have money, but I don't want you to work so hard. So how can we make our money work smarter and not harder? What about doing some investments? So this needs to be a heart-to-heart conversation between the husband and the wife. You have to come to the root. If it's an emotional root, like he's escaping something, what is he escaping? Why? How can we make this better? How can we fix this so you can be home more and it's showing up and engaging in the relationship more? Because my thing is that he sounds like a good person, sounds like a good husband, a good provider, but if you're not showing up in your relationship, and when I say showing up, I mean if you're not actively engaging with the other person, it causes a strain on the relationship. After a while, she might get lonely. She might start seeing somebody else on the side. He's never home. So it could open the door to other problems in the relationship. So you have to show up in your relationship. You can't be in a relationship with someone and show up when you feel like it. You have to engage with them. You have to talk to them. You have to go places with them. You have to vacation with them. You have to be a partner, not an absent partner, not a shadow partner, a real partner. So as a workaholic Aquarius, any of you that are out there, remember your partner deserves your time. Your partner deserves you. Your partner is with you. So I'm not saying don't work. My mother used to always say, don't bother a man when he's working. I never would say don't work. I would just say make sure that your relationship is taking the priority that it deserves. And if you're overworking for one of the reasons that I stated and you can do something about it, that would be the best thing to do. So as the wife that's experiencing this, that's how I would go about it. I would talk with him, find out why, and then tackle the why. Whatever the why is, if it's more than one why, if it's one why, whatever, I would tackle the why or whys of the situation. And then after that, he should be working less, you should be getting more time, things should be a lot better. Okay? So that's what I would do. Thank you so much for your letter. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you would like to contact me, all of my information will be underneath this video. If you would like to get a tarot reading, email me and I will give you an appointment. Okay, guys. And thanks again for the herbs. See you later.